What's up, guys? We're out here at Grand Sport Speedway for round 1 of Lone Star Drift. I blew up the 350Z at Coda, but the guys at VPF got it back together and running good for this competition. Seems like it's making good power, and it's shredding. We seem competitive today. I have a good feeling about this competition. We had a power steering leak this morning, but it's all fixed and ready to go. The car's doing great now. Aside from that, there's a lot of new drivers in Texas Street Legal, a lot of faster cars than last year, so the competition should be ramped up a little bit. But we're going to go out there and comp right now and see if we can still take home a win. So we're wrapping up round 1 of Lone Star Drift. We did Texas Street Legal yesterday, as you guys saw earlier. Ended up having an axle break where the splines of the axle kind of exploded within the wheel hub, which unfortunately means we weren't able to get it done in 5 minutes. If it was just an axle, we probably would have been all right. We probably would have got back out there. But luckily, I managed to win that top 16 battle with only 1 driven wheel for part of the lap. So that's kind of cool. So we got top 8 points. Didn't quite get the win we were hoping for, but we're going to be back out here for round 2 shooting for that win. After that, we ended up doing Pro-Am 2 because I had the tires left over. We had 2 really good battles with Kevin Wynn and Kevin DeBakey was the other one. 2 really good battles, hard-fought wins. And then the top 8, we had Fielding Shredder, which, if you guys don't remember what happened last time about Fielding Shredder, I'll insert it right here. This time against Fielding, it went a little bit cleaner. He was on some pretty worn tires, so he was a little bit slower than I expected, and it caught me off guard in the spot where I usually do my 3-2 downshift. I ended up having to do that a lot earlier than I thought. I made a little mistake there, and that ended up costing me the win, but it was a really good battle as well. Other than that, we had a lot of fun this weekend. Threw an over fender off my car. We just found out in the grass in one piece. That's pretty sick. Overall, the event was a success. We're going to come back out here for round 2 of Lone Star Drift, try to get those wins. We're also going to be testing S14 soon, so stay tuned for that. Thanks. Recording? Mm-hmm. What's up, guys? Just wanted to jump in at the end of this video and kind of give you an update on what the rest of my season is going to look like. So with the current climate of the world, you know, there's supply chain issues, stuff's backed up, and all of that nonsense. So the S14 is taking a little bit longer to get done than I thought it would. So I've missed a few testing days and whatnot, so that's kind of put a delay on some stuff. The car hasn't been tested like I thought it would at this point, but it will be done in time for the series I was planning to run, which is clutch kickers. But at this rate, I'd be showing up to clutch kickers with a completely untested car. And with the move of clutch kickers from Emerald Coast Raceway down to the Freedom Factory, it's added a lot of travel cost into the mix of going to each round. So I've decided to do a little bit of a pivot in my season schedule. My plan was to do clutch kickers, grid life, the Riverside 50K event, and all that stuff. Basically, we're just going to cut out the clutch kicker stuff and replace it with the Full Lock Drift Pro-Am series. So the plan is focus the car there, where I can develop the car and get used to it as a driver, earn a Formula Drift license, and then still go do some big national events like Grid Life Alpine Horizon, the Riverside Drift event. That's some big 50K event that a bunch of pro drivers and international drivers are flying in for. That should be a pretty crazy event. So I'm hoping these national events will kind of replace the exposure side of going to clutch kickers, which was something that was really enticing to me, while the Full Lock series will allow me to get really good in the car and get the car really dialed to hopefully go back to clutch kickers, or maybe even a Formula Drift season or something the next year or the year after, something like that. It makes a lot more sense to dial in the car closer to home, where it's a lot cheaper to drive and there's less risk involved, than it would be to go all the way to clutch kickers and compete against all those guys who are crazy good in an untested, unproven car that I'm not used to driving yet. I was hoping the car would be tested and that wouldn't be as much of an issue, but in this day and age, stuff happens, takes longer than it's supposed to, and this seems like the better option for my program. So, clutch kickers is out, Full Lock Drift is in. I'm going to go get that Pro 2 license and travel the country and go do some really cool events on top of that. Thanks, guys.